Welcome to a new machine learning tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to be talking about the Ordinal encoder and how we can code it in Python. Let's start coding.
I'm going to be using VS Code in this tutorial. You can use anything that you want. It's completely up to you. And now I'm going to be closing the welcome page and I'm going to create something like Ordinal encoder. And we will go with Jupyter Notebook on this tutorial. Let's select our kernel and add our title like Ordinal encoder. And let's talk about it. So, Ordinal encoding is a technique used to convert categorical data into numeric data, where the categories have an inherent order. Each unique category is mapped to an integer value, maintaining the order of the categories. This method is especially useful for machine learning algorithms that require numerical inputs. So most of the machine learning algorithms can't work with textual data and we need to change them into numeric form. So what we are going to do in this video with Ordinal encoder is, let's say we have like a size column and it goes like small, medium, large and X large. So with Ordinal encoder, what we are going to do is we will say size encoded and it's going to be 0 for small, 1 for medium, 2 for large, and 3 for X large. So we are going to have this, and why we are going to do this, we need to use numerical features on machine learning models. Okay, great, let's start coding it. So I will say import numpy as np, import pandas as pd, and from Scikit-Learn preprocessing import Ordinal encoder. And now we are going to create a small data set for understanding how encoding works. So I will say data and it's going to be a dictionary in this format. Then I'm going to turn this into a pandas data frame, education level, and let's set this like it's going to be a list, high school firstly, then bachelor, and then we can say master, and we can say PhD, we can say high school again in here, and we can say like master again. Okay, so this is going to be our data, and now I'm going to create a df pd data frame data, and here is our data frame. Great. So now we are going to apply Ordinal encoding to the education level column we have. This column has an inherent order: high school, bachelor, master, and PhD. So this is going to be the order. Also I want to write that like high school, bachelor, master, and PhD, like this. So let's do that. I will say encoder, and I'm going to initialize the Ordinal encoder in here. I'm going to set my categories like this, and in this list I will give high school, then bachelor, then master, and then that grade like this. And now in the next step I will say data frame education level encoded. I'm going to be creating my new column, but let's firstly work it in a new cell for seeing the returning series we have. We will say encoder fit transform, and we will pass data frame education level in here. So we are going to have a pandas series like this. So it goes like 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 2, just like we wanted. This is the series that we want for our column. So I'm going to be copying that and pasting it in here. So now when I make this run and call the data frame, we are going to have our data frame in the way that we want. Great. When using Ordinal encoding in real-world datasets, it's crucial to ensure that the categories have a meaningful order. Applying Ordinal encoding to unordered categories like colors, countries can introduce misleading information into your model. If these categories are unordered, consider using one-hot encoding instead. So let's also do this with a multiple columns dataset. So I'm going to say, like, I'm going to copy all of that. I'm going to be recreating it, and I'm going to be adding a new column quickly. Like I will say, let's say satisfaction level, and let's say low, medium, high, and what else we can say? Let's go with medium, low, high, and let me count that quickly. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. Great. So here's our data set. Now I will say data frame, pandas data frame, data, and we are going to have this new data set we see in here. And I will say, I will come to here, I'm going to copy these categories. Like I'm just going to copy this one. I'm going to be creating this in a new list like this. I will say our new categories for the satisfaction level side is going to be low, medium, and high. So I'm going to be creating that. Now let's initialize the encoder, like Ordinal encoder. Categories are going to be categories, and also we can call encoder for seeing it. Now I will say data frame, education level encoded, and also let's say something like 2 because it's the second time that we are applying that. We don't have this in the data frame right now, but I just want to name it like this. And now I will say satisfaction level encoded, and we are going to apply this using encoder fit transform, and we will pass the data frame we have. So data frame is going to be something like this. So let's pick data frame with data frame satisfaction level and satisfaction level encoded for seeing it. At the low we have 0, medium 1, high 2, medium 1, low 0, and high 2. This is how we can apply the Ordinal encoder. So let's summarize what we did in this video. We started by introducing the concept, encoding and Ordinal encoding. Then we imported libraries for data creation, and for the Ordinal encoder we are using Ordinal encoder through Scikit-Learn. We created our data, and then we used our encoder just like this. And we have this new data frame with fit transform method we have in here. Then I create the new data with multiple columns. Then we define new categories, and then I initialized it with the new categories we have, and we used fit transform method for having a new data frame, and we checked if it's working correctly. Let's get to the outro.
Thanks for watching this machine learning tutorial. I have a playlist for machine learning tutorials on my channel, where I have more than 40 videos just like this one. You can check that from the cards of this video. Also, I'm sharing a new data science video every week on my channel. You can subscribe for more videos like this. Have a great day.